Welcome, everyone. Hello, hello. Hello and welcome to the 2020 CS Music Online Convention. We are excited to see you all today and welcome today's presenter, Miss Snyder with University of Redlands. We're so happy to have you with us. Before we get started, we have a few housekeeping items to go over. First of all, everyone has been muted and will remain so during the class so that the presenter and singers have the best audio situation possible. The exception to this will be during the question and answer section when one person at a time will be unmuted. There will be 3 to 4 singers in this class, and we may have time for one volunteer singer afterwards. If you are interested in volunteering, please indicate it in the chat area that you can find at the bottom of the screen, and we will take the first person who comments. We encourage those who have already had the chance to sing in previous classes to allow others to volunteer first. We apologize in advance if we run out of time and this doesn't end up happening. Next, we hope to have for at least a few questions at the very end of class. If you have a question, feel free to enter it into the chat area at any time, or you can wait until we start the Q&A session and virtually raise your hand then. You can do that by clicking on Participants at the bottom of your screen and then clicking on Raise Hand. We'd also just like to remind everyone to be positive and supportive of the singers and one another, and please don't give advice about singing as this is our presenter's job today. So without further ado, I will turn our time over to Miss Snyder.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here today with you guys, and I'm very excited to hear some wonderful singers today. Can we just go ahead and start right in with our first singer? Okay, perfect.
So our first singer today will be Rachel Nash.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, Rachel. I'm excited to hear you sing today. What will you be singing for us?
Well, I was wondering, I know this is a classical class, but I have a couple options.
Okay.
So, I have Far From the Home I Love from Fiddler on the Roof, or I also have Oche Sate di Piegarmi.
Okay.
So I was wondering which one you would like to hear today.
Which do you prefer to sing?
I love both of them, so it's hard.
Okay, so can I hear a little bit of the Oche Sate?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And where are you calling from? Where do you live?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, hi, Pennsylvania, from California.
Hi.
Okay, I'm ready for you whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'll pull it up.
Perfect. That is beautiful. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful voice. Do you mind me asking how old you are?
I'm 18.
Wow, fabulous. Are you just getting ready to, are just graduating from high school, or are you, yes,
Yeah.
good for you. Okay, excellent. Okay, so there are a few things I'd like to work on with you, okay? First of all, you have a beautiful, rich quality, and I want to kind of see if we can build on that a little bit, okay? And one way I like to do that is I like to kind of work with a mouth position, okay? You have a pretty good mouth position, but every once in a while, it'll spread on you, and it kind of goes a little wide, okay? I like to try to keep a very consistent mouth position. That way, when we sing, we're singing more efficiently, okay? And all of our vowels tend to be rounder, more rich, okay? Also, I know there are lots of different dynamics in this song, but right now, and you did a beautiful job on the dynamics, by the way, but right now, I always tell all my young singers, forget the dynamics for a moment. I just want you to sing, okay? I want you to sing out, because I think, especially when younger people try to implement the dynamics in a song, oftentimes when they try to get soft, the voice gets kind of stagnant. It doesn't move, it doesn't spin, okay? And I want that voice always spinning and going away from you. So I want you to just sing this out. Don't worry about getting soft in those areas. And I want to try to get a mouth position that is a little bit more, yes, consistently like that, okay? Can we restart it? And can we see if we can get, and if you see me doing this, that means you've gotten too wide, okay? There are a couple other things as far as diction. We need a double S in cessate, and we need a double D, yeah, cessate. So that means even though yes, right. Even though it's an S, and yes, it kind of sizzles a little bit, because there are two of them there, we have to spend more time on it. You also are missing the double D in fredde. Fredde.
Okay.
Good, good. And the best way to do a double D is you kind of stop the sound with your tongue, and you let the tongue go up to the roof of your mouth. I'm going to try to show you here. Fredde, fredde. I don't know if you can see my tongue, but it's going up to the top, right behind my top teeth, and it stops the sound, and then I do the D. Try that for me. Fredde.
Fredde.
Good. Excellent. When you get to that on the second page of the music, try to give me that, okay? So let's go back to the beginning. Let's start it again. And if you see me doing this, I'm going to want you to give me a little bit more rounded mouth, okay?
Okay.
Very good job. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Stop for a minute? Okay, I like that much better. It's a richer quality, And you're singing more efficiently because your mouth isn't doing going in all different ways, okay? Now, don't forget, disregard the dynamics for right now, okay? Just sing out. I know it's got those dynamics in there. First time's a little louder, second time they pull you back, right? Don't pull back. Now, here's another thing, an idea I want you to think about, okay? Because when we sing, we have to have a really good imagination because we can't see or touch this thing, okay? So I want you to imagine that your voice is living 5 or 6 feet out in front of you. We've got to sing out to everyone else, right? We can't save it for ourselves, okay? We're singing, and yes, it's fun to sing and hear ourselves sing, okay? But we have to remember that those people out there in the audience are paying to hear us sing. We have to sing for them, okay? So I want you to imagine that your voice is living 5 or 6 feet in front of you, past you. And I want you to sing at your biggest, what is comfortable for you to sing. Does that make sense? I don't want you to drive the voice or push the voice, but I think you've got a lot more sound in there.
Okay.
Okay, can we try it again from the top?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We have about 2 minutes left.
Okay. That's okay.
Sorry.
Okay, no, that was great. Okay, now, see, you got a lot more sound than you're giving us. That was like twice the sound, okay? At least on my end, it was like twice the sound. Okay, how did that feel? Did you feel like you were pushing or driving the voice?
I felt, at first, my brain, when I was trying to think bigger, I started to go into push mode, but then I've been getting a lot of corrections to not push lately, so I went into my breath and tried to use that to get it out more.
Good, excellent. Well, it was about twice the size, okay? What we have to remember is that when we're training, if we're training to sing in operas or with symphonies or orchestra concerts or anything like that, we're one voice against many, aren't we? Okay? And if we try to be too careful, we won't be heard. We have to learn to sing, and I like to build really big voices. Okay, my students at school have big voices. The reason for that is those are the people that are going to get work. Okay, because they're going to be heard over an orchestra. As long as you don't feel like you're pushing, I would have you sing at about that level all the time for a while to start building the voice, to build a bigger sound. Then that sound would become normal for you. That size would become normal. Then I would ask for more. And then I would say, okay, now you're used to this level. Now I want you to try and give me a little more. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, now, when you get round like this, we have to make sure that we have both space back here and enough forward sound, in the sound, cut, to create a cut. Do we have a few seconds to try just the beginning of it?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, perfect. Okay, Rachel, can we try that one more time? Give us a little bit more, if you can, give me a little bit more sound in the front of your face. okay?
Okay. I shouldn't need accompaniment, so.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
That's a good balance. That's fun, okay? Now see, I get so excited I can't help myself. Okay, that that was great. Okay, I love that sound. But see, you got this, you got the space, you got the rounded from your mouth. And the roundness comes from the mouth, and it also comes from giving enough space back here. But then you gave us the cut. And all singers, in order to get over an orchestra, have to have enough cut in the sound to get across that orchestra, okay? That was a great sound. That's my favorite right there. That's what I would suggest going for. And I would get rid of, for right now, get rid of the dynamics and learn how to sing into the voice like that and connect more to your body. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was beautiful. I love that. Okay, how we doing, Bryn, on time?
We'll have to go to our next singer.
Okay, Rachel, good luck with everything. Best of luck to you. You have a gorgeous voice.
Thank you.
Keep singing like that.
Thank you.
Okay.
That really was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you.
Our next singer is Rocco.
Hi there.
Hi, Rocco. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Elmira, New York, upstate.
Wow, you're all the way across the country from me, aren't you?
Exactly.
Okay. Do you mind me asking how old you are?
I'm 19 years old.
You're 19. Okay, so are you in school? Do you go to school for music?
No, I'm a rising business major at Cornell.
Well, good for you. We can always sing on the side, right?
Exactly.
I know, I have to tell you, I have sung with a lot of doctors and dentists
Right.
who got their degree in something else, but have beautiful voices, and they still worked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if they were good, they got jobs. Okay,
Right.
so it's doable. Okay, I'm ready to hear you. Are you ready?
I am ready. Tonight I'll be singing Non t'amo più by Tosti.
Toasty. Perfect. Okay.
Ricordi ancora il dì che ci incontrammo, le tue promesse le ricordi ancor, folle d'amore ti seguì, ci amammo, e accanto a te sognai, folle d'amor. Sognai felice di carezze e baci, una catena di leguanta il ciel, ma le parole tue furon mendaci, perché l'anima tua fatta è di gel. Te ne ricordi ancor? Te ne ricordi ancor? Oh, la mia fede, il desiderio immenso, il mio sogno d'amor, non sei più tu, i tuoi baci non cerco, a versi di fiori il tuo sentier. Tu fosti del mio cuore l'unica spemme, tu del ma mente l'unico pensier. Tu m'hai visto pregare, impallidire, piangere, tu m'hai visto, e nanzi a te io sol per appagare un tuo desire avrei dato il mio sangue e la mia fe. Te ne ricordi ancor? Te ne ricordi ancor? Oh, la mia fede e il desiderio immenso, il mio sogno d'amor, non sei più tu, i tuoi baci non cerco, a te non penso, sogno un altro ideal, non t'amo più, non t'amo più.
Wow, another great voice.
Thank you.
Beautiful voice, Rocco.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful voice. Okay. A few things I'd like to work on with you. Okay. Check. Now, first of all, most of your Italian is quite good. Okay. Most of your Italian is quite good. Check. There are a couple places where you need to check for double consonants. Okay. Do you know the rule with double consonants?
I don't.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, so if we have, let's say, okay, so I'm looking right now at the word, I have your music pulled up on my iPad over here. Okay. I'm looking at the word mammo, mammo, okay? Do you see that in the middle of that word there are two M's?
Right.
Okay, now if we have two consonants, it could be two M's, two N's, two L's, anything, two S's like there were in Rachel's piece, okay? We need to spend more time on them. This is a rule for Italian and for German. It does not apply to French, okay? But for those two languages, if you have double consonants, we have to spend more time on them. So when you say the word mammo, you have to spend a little more time on that second, that double M in the middle. So what I would do if I were you, because the rest of your Italian is quite good, I'd go through your piece and I'd take a pencil and I would lightly underline any double consonants that you have. Okay. That'll draw your attention to it so that when you look at that music, you'll see that underline and go, oh, that's right. I've got two M's there or two L's, whatever it might be. And that means I have to spend a little more time on that, okay? So now one thing, and that's just something that you can do, probably do on your own time, because there's probably too much for us to just go through the diction right now. I want to get to other things, okay? Okay, so I'd like you to try something. Are you willing to try something with me?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'd like to restart this, but I want to, for a minute, I want to take the words out of it.
Okay.
I want to do it on a vowel.
Okay.
Okay. And I want to try to do it on the E vowel. Now, when you sing on an E vowel, don't let it be E. It has to be E.
Right.
Okay? And line from you. There are times when I feel like it's a little too choppy. Okay? So let's take the words out because consonants can make it a little more choppy for us. Okay? Can we go ahead and restart that and just do it on a nice warm E vowel? Okay?
We have 2 minutes left.
Oh, okay. Okay, can you stop for a minute? Okay.
Sure.
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I like that a lot better. Okay, okay, so now that, and did you tell that the top was easier?
Yes, right.
Top was easier for you, right? Okay, sometimes you're pulling too much weight up to that top, okay? And when we have a higher note, we have to prepare for that higher note before we get there.
Right.
Okay, so you have to prepare for it on the B, right? We can't be heavy on that B and not be prepared for that top E right there, okay? I think that was gorgeous what you just did. Okay, now, here's another thing I want you to think about. Remember how I told Rachel to imagine that her voice was 5 or 6 feet in front of her?
Right.
Okay, I want you to do the same thing. Don't sing for yourself, okay? We have to remember, we gotta, if we wanna get hired for this, we gotta sing for everyone else, right? Okay, can we try that again?
Yes.
Imagine that your voice is way out in front of you. Don't wait down the top to go up to the top, okay? But I think that was gorgeous. Do that again.
Okay. Ricordi ancora il dì che ci incontrammo, le tue promesse le ricordi ancora.
Good. Can we try it again? Okay. We probably won't get much past that, okay, tonight, but I want to try it again now. When you put the words back in, do something for me. We put the words back in, the consonants started breaking up your nice, beautiful line that you gave me. Okay? Try that. But nice double M, good for you. Good double M on that word, trammo, okay? Try that again. And this time, go really soft on the consonants. Imagine singing from vowel to vowel, and just let the consonants kind of come in quickly and get off of them, okay? Try that again.
Ricordi ancora il dì che ci incontrammo, le tue promesse le ricordi ancor, folle d'amor io ti seguì, ci amammo, e accanto a te sognai, folle d'amor.
Beautiful, beautiful, and beautiful double M's. Thank you. Good job. You're a quick learner because you picked that up fast. Okay, that was really good. Okay, excellent. Okay, Bryn, how are we doing on time? We do okay?
We can go one more time and then we'll have to move on.
Now, I'd like you to go back to the E vowel for me.
Okay.
Okay? Give me a warm E and keep the voice spinning. Okay, try to keep the voice always spinning from you, okay? Don't let it kind of sit.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, try it one more time, go back to the eval, and let's try to do it that far again, okay?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Good job. Very good. Okay. So I'm going to tell you something. I think right now your voice is responding to that eval. It sounds like it's easier for you to sing rather than going up to, and the top note, one of the first top note you have is on the O vowel.
Right.
And that's harder because an O vowel can go backwards on you.
Mm-hmm.
An eval, the reason I like an eval is because it tends to keep a voice forward. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to go backwards on an eval.
Right.
Because it's one of the most forward vowels we use, okay? An O vowel, an A vowel, they're the worst, okay? Those two vowels are really tough because they have a tendency to fall backwards. And I think that's what's bothering you a little bit when you go to that first E.
Right.
When you do it on an eval, it doesn't go back on you and it stays freer.
Yes, right.
I would work this piece a little bit just on an eval.
Okay.
For a little while. Then go in and try to see if you can match the same feeling that you get when you sing it on an eval to the other vowels.
Right.
Okay. Beautiful voice, Rocco.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful voice. Keep singing, okay?
Absolutely.
Stay in school, get your business degree, but keep singing because you're good. Okay? Keep studying and keep singing and go through your score, go through your music, and just lightly underline all your double consonants. That'll bring your attention to them, okay?
Okay.
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for singing for us. Beautiful job.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Rocco. That really was so beautiful. Thank you. Our next singer today will be Olivia.
Olivia, okay.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Olivia.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hello. I'm good, thank you.
Good. And where are you?
I'm in Los Angeles, California.
California. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And what will you be?
I will be singing O del mio dolce ardor by Gluck.
What was that? I lost you there for a moment.
O del mio dolce ardor.
Oh, I love this. This is so gorgeous. Okay. What a beautiful piece. Okay.
Awesome. Mm.
I'm ready for you whenever you want to start.
All right. It's loading right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Ready?
O del mio dolce ardor, amato getto, bramato getto, l'aura che tu respiri.
to hear so far 3 fabulous voices. It's great. I love it. Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, a few things. You see me looking away from you. It's not that I'm not lost interest. I'm writing things down so I don't forget everything. Okay, so I wrote a few things down for you. Okay, we need to work on your double T's. Here I go with double consonants again. Everybody check your double consonants in Italian and German, okay? We have double T's, and I can't think of the word right now, if it's letto or something like that, but you give us kind of a single T. The reason double consonants are so important to observe is if we don't observe them, we're actually saying a different word. Okay, it could be another word in Italian or German. Okay, so that's why it's so important to do that. I'd recommend to you doing the same thing, and anybody doing the same thing that I mentioned to Rocco, and that is go through your music, underline with a soft pencil any double consonants that you have. Okay, so it draws your attention to it. Okay, when you I think I'd like to hear you think about your release. When you release a pitch, think about releasing up. Sometimes I think you release down. And when that happens, the pitch can be pulled down just slightly, okay? Yeah. And you have such a beautiful voice. We don't want to give anyone an idea that you have a pitch issue, right? So when you release a sound, try to think up with the release instead of down with the release, okay? Also, there's something that you like to do. I don't know if you've been told to do this or not, but for the most part, I'm loving your mouth position, okay? Until you go to a higher note.
Okay.
When you go to a higher note, you tend to pull your upper lip down. I don't know if you can see me. Can you see what I'm doing there? Okay, okay. So you tend to pull your upper lip down, and what happens, you can hear what happens when I'm just talking. It cuts off part of my sound, okay? I know there are teachers out there that actually teach that, okay? But I believe that it kind of cuts you off a little bit, and you can hear that even when I speak. Okay, so what I'd like to do with you is I'd like to start it again. We probably won't get terribly far again with it, okay, but we'll get some work done on it. I'd like to start it again. Oh, also, I hear you breathe, and when you breathe, you kind of go, you take air in, and it's almost like you're sucking air in through a straw. Okay, and maybe you've been told to do that, I'm not sure, but it's too loud.
Okay.
We don't want to hear you breathe so much, okay? So I want you to start it over. Couple things to think about. I want you to try to breathe with a little bit more opening in your mouth so we don't get the sound, that sucking in air sound, okay? Then I want you to try not to let your upper lip go down when you go for a high note. And when you release a phrase or you release a note, think up with it. Let's try those 3 things and see what we get, okay?
Gotcha.
We have about 2 minutes left.
Okay.
All right, and it's loading again. All right.
So much prettier. I didn't hear you breathe, and it was wonderful, but you still breathed. Oh, you still got breath in. Okay. Okay. Oggetto. Oggetto. There's a double G and there's a double G. Okay. And the way we get that is we stop the sound. Oggetto. Try that. Try just
Oggetto.
yes, yes. And thank you for not pulling your lip down on top. It was so much bigger and freer. Will you do that again? Try that much again. Try to get in the double G and the double T.
Okay.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so now I also think you have a very big voice, Olivia. Okay, you have a very large voice, which is fabulous. Okay, but large voices need to support more. Okay, large voices take more work from the stomach muscles. Okay, and I think you need a little bit more energy coming from your stomach muscles. Squeeze them a little tighter so that your pitch doesn't kind of waver and go down a little bit, okay? Much better on the releases too, but every release, think up and not down, okay? Rin, do we have time to do that much one more time?
One more time.
One more time, okay, okay. So, and thank you for the double T. That was great, okay? I still need a better double G.
Gotcha.
Once you give me one thing, I want more. Okay. So, okay, let's try it one more time. Support, support, support. We need more support from you. Okay. That's beautiful. Now, one thing too for everyone is make sure when you end a phrase, give us that good final consonant. Most words end in a consonant. Okay, alfin, na. Okay, they're called shadow vowels. And if we don't put them in, it's going to sound like alfi. Okay, and then that's a different word again. So we have to do, I'm not sure what it is, but I think it ends around here. Fin. Okay, if we don't give that last little bit of, and that takes energy. Okay, this all takes a ton of energy to do this. If we don't give that last little, no, it's not going to sound like the right word. Okay, be careful that you don't pull down. I think your sound is much prettier when you don't pull that upper lip down. You have a tendency to want to do that on top notes. It might be to try to control it. I'm not sure, okay? Or it might be that you were told to do that by a teacher, okay? I prefer this mouth that opens up kind of like a flower. Think of your mouth like a flower, or think of like brass instruments. Many brass instruments have a bell at the end, don't they? There's a reason for that, okay? There's a reason for that bell at the end of an instrument. We can make this our bell, okay? If we don't do that. We have to think out this way, okay? Olivia, gorgeous voice.
Thank you.
Thank you for singing for us. Beautiful. I'll turn it over to Bryn now because she knows what she's doing.
Yes. Thank you, Olivia. So we have one volunteer today, and our fourth singer will be Ben Peterson.
Great.
Hello.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Where are you calling from?
Pennsylvania, a little bit outside of Philadelphia.
Wow. A lot of you guys back east, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. What will you be singing for us today, Ben?
I will be singing The Vagabond by Ralph Vaughan Williams.
Wonderful. Okay. I'm ready for you whenever you're ready.
Can you hear that okay?
Yes, I can hear it.
Give to me the life I love, let the lave go by me. Give the jolly heaven above, and the byway nigh me. Bed in the bush with stars to see, bread I dip in the river. There's the life for a man like me. There's the life forever. Let the blow fall soon or late, let what will be o'er me. Give the face of earth around and the road before me. Wealth I seek, not hope nor love, nor a friend to know me. All I seek the heaven above, and the road below me. Or let autumn fall on me, where afield I linger, silencing the birch on tree, biting the blue finger. White as meal the frosty field, warm the fireside heaven. Not to autumn will I yield, not to winter even. Let the blow fall soon or late, let what will be o'er me. Give the face of earth around and the road before me. Wealth I ask, not hope nor love, nor a friend to know me. All I ask the heaven above, and the road below me.
Great job, Ben.
Thank you.
Another great voice.
Thank you.
Okay, another great voice. Okay, so a few things, okay? I feel you're trying to, and this may sound a little funny, but I feel you're trying to sing the bottom too much, okay? I believe that we get more sound on the bottom of our voice if we just kind of speak it.
Okay.
Okay? Most of us tend to speak in the lower part of our range.
Right.
But then when we go to sing in that same range that we speak in all the time, we don't get that same cut
Okay.
that we get when we just simply speak, okay? So I want you to try, this is where it starts, down here on the C, okay? Give me the first, just sing without the accompaniment for a minute, the first line that you start on.
Give to me the life I love, let the life go.
Good, okay, on give, just go, let's say this for me, say, don't try to sing, just say, hi, how are you, down on that note.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, now just talk though, don't try to sing it. Hi, how are you? Yes, right. We get more of a concentrated sound and more cut in the voice. And it's very important, even in the low part of anyone's range, to get enough cut, again, to carry over an orchestra or anything that you're singing with, okay? Okay, also I feel you need a little more support. I feel like you need to connect a little bit more to your support. Do you know really what support is and what it feels like? I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything, but
to me, I tend to support from, I guess the bottom of my support feels like around like my waistline.
good.
And I feel like that's kind of where I engage. I feel like it's harder for me in my lower range to kind of support the breath in the same way because I'm not as confident in, especially that middle section. I feel like it was a little bit low for where I feel comfortable, and so.
Right. Okay. So on the bottom. Right. So in the bottom of our range, we don't really need to tap too much into those stomach muscles. Okay.
Okay.
I want you to start thinking about support as almost like, have you ever done a sit-up or a crunch or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. If you do that, you feel your upper abs. And it's kind of above your waistline area, okay? And those upper abs, they help to raise you up if you're trying to do sit-up or something like that, okay? I want you to feel those muscles kind of fighting each other a little bit, okay? And now see, when you speak down there.
Yeah.
You do speak down there. Okay, so I want you to try that opening phrase again. And when you say that word give, don't sing it, just say it. Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, and tap into your support a little bit more. Okay, here we go, ready, and.
Give to me the life I love, let the life go by me.
Yes, good job, okay. Now, the other thing is I want you to start imagining a little bit faster vibrato.
Okay.
Don't make it happen. Think it fast.
Okay.
Spin, think spin. Every once in a while your vibrato will slow down just a little bit, okay? And you're all way too young to have slow vibratos, okay? So we want your vibrato to be a little spinnier. Okay, do that again and then go on to the next phrase if you can. So we're thinking 3 things. Don't sing at the bottom, just talk. Tap into your support a little bit more. And when you sing, give us a spin of a vibrato. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Give to me the life I love, let the life go by me. Give the jolly heaven above and the byway nigh me. Fed in the bush with stars to see, bread I dip in the river. There's the life for a man like me.
Yes, Ben! That was a different voice. Okay? That was so much. Go ahead.
I think something that I have kind of been working on and that I've gotten a lot of different advice about is like my mouth, how much I open my mouth. And I think that for me, when I open my mouth a little bit more, I am able to engage a little bit more and I'm able to produce a little bit more sound. So that helped a lot. And like I think when I sang it the first time, because I've gotten a lot of advice that like don't open your mouth as much, I was trying not to open as much. And so I think that closed off other things that it shouldn't have.
Okay, I agree with you. And I think that when we're in the lower part of our voice and in the middle part of our voice, we don't need so much opening.
Right.
But when we go to that top,
Yeah.
We need that jaw to just kind of go down and hit the floor. Okay. Okay. That was Ben. That was very different. Okay. That was amazing. Bryn, do we have time for him to sing that one more time, or are we?
Yes, we have 1 minute left.
Oh, let's do it, Ben. Can you do it in 1 minute? I bet you can.
Accompaniment or no?
Was that in?
Accompaniment or no? Okay.
No, let's just go ahead and do it.
Give to me the life I love, let the life go by me. Give the jolly heaven above and the byway nigh me. Fed in the bush with stars to see, bread I dip in the river. There's the life for a man like me. There's the life forever.
And that's where you got to talk.
Forever.
Yes. Just don't even sing down there. If we try to sing, we get, okay? But if I talk down there, I get forever. Okay?
Forever.
That gets you more sound.
Okay. Thank you.
Because it's more concentrated. The sound becomes more concentrated, okay? It's not filtered by so much air. We use a little bit extra air when we sing than what we do when we speak, okay? And if we think of the lower range as just speaking through it, it becomes more concentrated and we get better, more sound and more cut. Ben, a beautiful voice. I've been so lucky to hear 4 fabulous singers today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for volunteering. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
I'll turn it back over to Bryn now.
Yes, thank you so much, Ben. That was beautiful, as always. All right, so it's currently 9:31 EST. However, we do have a few minutes that we can spare if we want to open it up for a quick Q&A session. I said,
I have time.
Great,
I have time because it's only 6:30 here.
So lucky.
So I've got time. So I'll stay with you guys as long as you want me to. Okay.
All right. So if anyone has questions, feel free to enter it into the chat, or you can raise your hand by clicking on participants and clicking on raise hand. We do have our first question here from Krista, who asks, can you describe and explain what you mean by the cut in the voice?
Oh, great question, Krista. Okay, so okay, I'm going to kind of try to demonstrate here for you. If I sing with no cut, I get ooh. And you see that sound doesn't go very far. Cut, and when I add cut to the sound, now I'm going to get I call it cut or I call it bite, okay? It's an edge in the voice. Does that make sense to Krista? That it's got more edge to it? A voice without edge in it will not carry, okay? All voices need to have edge in them. If you have a voice that tends not to have much edge in it, I would practice doing something that brings your voice forward, like, yeah, 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 yeah. Do you hear all that edge? That's what I'm talking about, cut, okay? Does that make sense to Krista? I hope.
She says yes, thank you.
Good.
All right, and our next question is from Rocco, who asks, can you give a few tips regarding how to maintain proper chiaroscuro, squillo, and vocal cord adduction above the passaggio?
Okay, so chiaroscuro is kind of that same thing we were just talking about with the cut. Chiaroscuro is dark and bright, and it's a combination of having the roundness back here, okay, that we get from opening up back here. And I like to tell my students to imagine that you've got like a little potato back here, and that gives you a little bit more lift with the soft palate. And then the brightness comes from the cut, or the yeah. And we have to have a balance of the two when we sing. Otherwise it's too far back, ooh, or all in the nose. And we don't want either of those, okay? We have to have enough forward and enough back, and that's chiaroscuro, okay? That was one. I can't remember what else he asked.
Squillo and vocal cord reduction above the passaggio.
Okay, so squillo, again, is kind of the same thing. It's having enough in the sound, okay? People say it two different ways, but that's what I think of it. I think of it as having enough cut or bite or edge, okay? And then above the passaggio. Okay, so what a lot of students will do is that they start adding too much air to their sound when they get higher, okay? And if we add too much air to our sound when we get higher, we're gonna blow our vocal cords apart a little bit, all right? When we do that, we're gonna get a fuzzier sound, and we could start getting a little hoarse because air is an irritant, okay? Air is irritating. Think about it. If you go outside in the wind, you might get chapped, right? Your skin might get chapped. Your lips get chapped, okay? And that's the same thing. Now imagine pushing too much air past your vocal cords. When you push too much air past your vocal cords, you're drying them out, okay? And when you dry those vocal cords out, they can get hoarse on you. So a lot of issues for young students especially come when they let too much air go while they're singing. We need to use air when we sing, but we need to make sure that we hold most of it down so that we don't get that drying of the vocal cords. And that should help you rocco above the passaggio. But people tend to blow out the top, okay? And when they blow too much air in the top of their voice, top of their range, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a blown apart sound, and you're gonna get hoarse from doing that, okay? Okay, anything else?
It looks like that was our last question.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, it is currently 9:36, so it looks like we'll have to wrap this up. Unfortunately, this was so insightful. Thank you so much, Cindy Snyder, for offering all of your expertise.
Blast! I hope I get a chance to do this again, and kudos to all of you for getting up there and doing this and singing with tracks, because right now we don't have accompanists to work with and things like that. You all did a great job. And I think Bryn was gonna give you my email in case you came up with other ideas or other questions. So you can get in touch with me and ask questions if you want to when we're all wrapped up here tonight, okay?
I just put the email down in the chat. If anyone has any questions or comments or concerns, feel free to reach out to her through that email. Thank you again so much. Thank you so much to our lovely singers today. It was oh my goodness, my heart. Thank you so much for volunteering to sing tonight. It was so great to hear all of you. And thank you to our participants who sat here and listened to this beautiful music with me too. So thank you again, Cindy Snyder, for being here with us.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, Bryn.
Thank you.